Is anybody going through some sort of trouble right now? Is anybody having some things happen in their life that are not just exactly the way you want it? How should you be acting? Whoa! That's a beauty. Good morning, guys and girls. Good morning. September 20, the book of James. Not the book of Jimmy, the book of James. James 1, 2, and 3. A couple of verses here. James 1, 2, and 3. This is a good one. Pay attention. When you have many kinds of troubles, you should be full of joy, because you know that these troubles test your faith, and this will give you patience. The Bible tells us that patience is a virtue. Patience is a virtue. You know that these troubles test your faith, and this will give you patience. Rubber frogs have been used for years around heavy grass and lily pads. The snag-proof frog has probably been the most popular, but now Yum, Zoom, and most everybody else is making some great imitation frog. We're actually making a really good imitation frog that we're working on right now at Lucky Strike. The trend has also changed as to where to fish these baits. This is the main thing. Forever, we fished them around lily pads, around grass, around real heavy vegetation on the water. But we now fish them just about everywhere. We fish them around docks. We fish them around brush. We fish them around rocks, around stumps, around logs, you name it. We throw them anywhere we throw any other bait. We don't have to have that heavy vegetation to catch a fish on a frog. We finally learned that. One thing, however, remains the same. To be successful fishing a frog, you got to be patient. You got to be patient, because when that fish blows up, when that fish hits that frog, if you set the hook real quick, you're going to miss almost every one of them. You got to count to 3. So, boom, big blow up. 1, 2, Earnhardt, and then set the hook. You got to be patient. If you don't have patience, you're going to have a lot of fun fishing a frog, but you're not going to catch many fish. You're going to miss a lot of big fish. You're going to miss them. You got to be patient. Does God really want us to have real joy everywhere we are? When we're in troubles? When we're around hurtful, ugly people? When we're off by ourselves? Does God really want us to have real joy in all of those type of situations? Yes, He absolutely does. He intends for us to have joy all the time, everywhere, around everybody. God is a creator. He created you and me. And He's constantly at work in us, creating someone better. Can I tell you, that might be the most important thing in this whole devotional right here. God created us in His own image. That's pretty spectacular in itself. God created us in His own image. But here's the deal. He is continually at work in you, continually at work in me, trying to create someone better. Someone better. That's the critical thing that happens when you get saved, is God's going to make you better. One day you'll be perfect. You'll be walking those golden streets, and you'll be perfect. Not perfect yet, but God is continually at work in you, trying to create a better person. Can I tell you? It's not easy to choose joy during difficult times. But I can tell you something else. I can attest to the fact that, by golly, it's well worth it. No matter your situation, choose joy. Find something positive in everything you're doing. Choose joy, even during the biggest struggles that you ever have in your life. Many of y'all have had struggles that are almost unbearable. And I know many of you that have, and you still come out smiling. You still come out with a joyful heart. You still come out praising and blessing God and blessing and praising other people. Here's our tip for today. Experiment with new techniques when you are not under pressure to catch fish. That's right. You need to be experimenting with a lot of different stuff that you don't know how to do. Maybe you don't even like to do some of those things, but you know they catch fish, kind of like Carolina rigging. To me, that is like the closest you can come to not going fishing at all, is Carolina rigging. I never did like it very much. But you need to know how to Carolina rig fish, because it's a great way to catch fish, a fantastic way to catch fish. But you experiment with those new and different techniques when you're not under any pressure to catch fish. Now, for me, spending 54 years fishing national tournaments, I was under pressure to catch fish a lot. When I was practicing in the tournaments, I was under pressure to find fish. So that's not the time you want to try to figure out new things to do. You want to do that when you're not under that kind of pressure. For some of you, it might be just getting pressure to catch dinner for this evening, or to catch you a bunch of fish for the fish fry tomorrow. So, but you want to try those new techniques when you're not under pressure to catch fish. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one today. The weather is finally getting good here in Oklahoma, and it's going to get better. These nights are getting down in the 60s, sometimes even in the 50s. We've seen that already here in the month of September. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one today. Choose joy over just about anything else that the devil tries to throw in your path. And remember,